The program serves at-risk youth and youth with mental health issues. So the kids come here to actually have therapy sessions, but rather than sitting in an office and doing therapy, they get to be out here with the horses in this natural environment.
The best was yet to come.
Our activity today is going to be called Keep Away. And if you see these 4 pieces of pie out here with yummy horse food in each piece of pie, you're each going to have a piece of pie that's your own. We're doing all mental health therapy. We do psychotherapy and not therapeutic riding. So our program is focused all on the ground, meaning that when the families or kids come to do activities, they're not actually getting on the horses. Your rules are you need to stay in your piece of pie, so you can't leave your own piece of pie. You don't want the horse to get the food, keep the horse away from the food, and no touching the horse. The horses really help facilitate the sessions. The way that the horses interact with the kids and the kids interact with the horses really helps to mirror how the kids are reacting to people in their environment. Take a minute and see if you can decide what you want your consequence as a family to be.
All right, you have to climb up here and say, I'm a dork.
What we're looking for is how the clients are interacting with each other as a family, and then how the horse is interacting and reacting to them. What were the rules? Be in your space.
Come on, thanks. Ryan, get the food. Stop! No! Damn it! Dork. I'm trying. No. Yes, right.
That's what I'm trying to say.
Is the horse on the outside of the pie?
I'm a dork.
How am I supposed to get school out? Dad.
Are you bribing that horse? Mom said, we're done. And then Mom, you kind of changed your mind. You're like, no, you didn't go around. Then I think it was you say, that wasn't around.
And I think it's really important because it gives us an opportunity to reach kids we wouldn't normally be able to reach by having horses as part of the program. That's often attractive to the kids, and they'll be more excited about coming into a therapy situation than a traditional talk therapy.
So who struggled the most to keep the horse out of their space?
We all did.
You all did.
Well, I just had a hard time, but you did manage at least once.
What did you think when Mom all of a sudden got out there, and who had the least resistance from the horse? Why do you think that was?
Because I'm animal friendly.
We're watching and we're seeing that really the dad in that session was struggling the most to keep the horse moving. The sister also was struggling to keep the horse moving, but Mom got that horse to go right on past. So that tells us a lot about the dynamic of the family, that Mom really is the one that's in control and keeping that family moving forward. She was able to keep the horse moving forward, so there's that metaphor there.
I am constantly amazed at the impact that the horses have on our clients. And I leave each session just going, wow. It's been such a privilege to watch the interaction between our horses and the clients. Just the walls that come down for our families and communication, and watching their ability to open up with each other.
I'm from St. Vincent Family Centers. I've got a kid who's working on social interaction, self-expression, communication skills, following directions.
He's right up here on his mane.
Well, he's really excited about it. There haven't been too many therapeutic interventions that he's excited about, so the fact that he enjoys coming out and I think is willing to work on some of these issues is a big change for him.
I learned that they eat different stuff than we do, and that they're much nicer and better than some humans.
I had bad depression, and boy, when I'm out here, my spirits are just lifted so high. It just gets me right out of my depression and my anxiety from all my physical problems. It's been great for me.
What have you learned?
Deal with people better.
The more abstract concepts of self-esteem and emotions. You can get much more tangible with the horses and with events that happen in the barn. I've been able to see some parallels of relationships and behavior that are happening in the home as well as in the barn.
One of the kids that we were working with wasn't even able to be enrolled in a regular school when he started here, and now he's back in a regular school in a special ed classroom and doing much, much better.
So tell me what your favorite animal is.
Bulls. We have kids that come in that have these tough facades and definitely have these walls that they've built around them, probably to get them to function through their daily lives. We've got some kids that come in with some rough stories, but once they get in there with those horses, that all just seems to fall down. It might take some time, but those horses do things that are beyond what we can do with talk therapy.
What I've observed is they're very helpful for both families, kids, and anyone they work with. And it's just neat to see people working with horses and having this huge animal, and they're able to have the horse do something they want him to do.
Is he moving around the outside?
I feel like we accomplish a lot with the children in the sessions because they will always be able to take it with them. They take it out of the arena and they take it home with them and they think about it. They talk about it with their families and their friends. And I think that in itself has a big impact.
I had a psychologist tell me that one of her clients that was in equine-assisted psychotherapy did markedly better while he was in the sessions, and then after he'd been out of the sessions a while, he really started to struggle again. So we were able to put him back in sessions to help him kind of get past that next bump in his road. So that kind of feedback is very telling to how powerful this is. One of the things that we're also struggling with here in the state of Ohio is getting health insurance companies to recognize this as a viable mode of therapy. This is a brief therapy. People do not come here for years and years. They're typically here for 5 to 10 sessions, and we see a big improvement, and then we send that family on their way to practice what they've experienced. People tend to remember 90% of what they experience and only 15% of what they hear. So you can see why this form of experiential therapy might be a lot more effective than sitting in an office and just talking about it. So how did you finally get the horse to go past your space?
Saying a lot of go that way.
I love it. I couldn't ask for a better organization to work with or a better job. It combines both of my passions, psychology and working with kids and horses, and it's a perfect combination. And I would encourage anybody to just check us out and see what we're all about. We'd love to incorporate you into, our passions and our goals here at PBJ.
It's forever and